Okay.
And now, the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Aaron Phillips Coast to Coast, coming to you from Virginia Beach, Virginia. That is right. I can't believe it's another week in the show. We are 1 week removed from celebrating 250 years as a country and 6 days into my 62nd year on this earth. My name is Aaron Phillips. On screen right now is John J. Pig Styles, all the way out in a very cool. What is that? What are you pointing to back there, John? Oh, yes, Elvira. Yes, you're pointing to all your stuff back there. JPEG, John Styles running the board. And, of course, sitting to my left, gentlemen who I've only known a relatively short period of time, but we have really grown together as friends, and we have a lot in common, not only in the world of what we do as a radio podcast host, but we're talking Batman and pro wrestling fanatics as well. I appeared on his show not too long ago. Mr. Arrington Gavin, how are you, my friend?
Man, I'm doing great, Aaron. Thank you so much for having me.
It's
a blast.
Thank you for getting up on a Saturday to be with me.
Only for you, because I usually don't do anything on Saturday. I try to chill. I try to rest. But Aaron gave me the call. I'm like, all right, I'm coming.
Well, I appreciate that.
Didn't even shower, brush my teeth. I just slipped on some gloves and say, I'm here.
Boy, I would love to respond to that, but I will not. I will just let that go. So thank you for tuning in and making us part of your Saturday. And as we were talking before he actually went on the air, I've already appeared on his show not too long ago. He is a past guest, which will be coming up on the 18th.
Yep.
On the Voice of 757 in a week from now. Arrington was on my show. We had a good time talking there. We also did a very special Hampton Roads Happening segment together. We had a lot of fun. But listen, we're talking about maybe taking over the world with what we do.
Right?
Exactly, in the form of villains of good old Batman. So more to come on that. But first of all, again, you've got 3 options on Facebook to continue to watch us. Of course, you got 3 YouTube channels. And then on Sundays, dbtv.tv, David Bruner's network. 1 p.m. on Sundays, you get to see all of the Aaron's Hour show on his network. And then, of course, for those of you who follow Kiwanis Connects on Fridays, that show does re-air 8 a.m. on dbtv.tv. And then, of course, every Saturday at 12:30. So once this show is over at 12 o'clock Eastern time, give yourself a 30-minute reprieve, because then if you're local, you can turn on Cox Cable Channel 4 on your cable box, and you can then watch The Voice of 757, where this week's upcoming guest later on today is a gentleman by the name of Antoine Britt. He is a former MMA fighter. Do you know Antoine?
Yeah, I know Antoine.
You know
he's a big guy. He's a very big guy.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm looking at the door frames over here.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to fit.
No, I don't think he can fit.
No. Well, thank goodness we did that on the TV side, because that's a much bigger door space there. But anyway, Antoine has his own nonprofit. He's a real estate agent as well, and mortgage broker. But more importantly, he's got an event coming up in November. Maybe you and I should talk about doing it together. Oh, my God, Battle of the Badges. I'm already going to be there. I might be on commentary. I may be doing ring announcing. But could you imagine you and I doing the commentary? Oh, we got to talk to Antoine. After we get off the air, I'm going to have to call him and let him know. But I know he's talking to people. So, yeah, absolutely. So the nice thing is about my studio, my door's always open. People are coming in, and we welcome everybody to come on in. So Antoine Britt is my guest. Now, if you missed the show on TV, do not worry, because early next week, I will post it on the Facebook page of The Voice of 757. So you can catch it there, as well as all my past episodes. And then, of course, the following week on the 18th, this man's show will have some fun there as well. You!
They love me. They really
do. They do.
Shout out to Susan Lucci.
Oh, my goodness. How many times was she nominated for an Emmy and didn't win?
Maybe 50,000, but who's counting? Right?
No, I don't. She is. Did she finally win one? I think she finally won.
She won one.
Won one. All right. Well, at least she got one.
But that one, was like worth it.
That's right. All that time, right? All right. Listen, we got a lot to do, a lot of things to talk about, but as always, it is time for Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right. So a lot of today is going to be off the cuff ad lib conversation. I do have a couple of things that Arrington and I can kind of talk about to kind of get this segment under wraps. Do you shop at Taylor's Do It Center? You know,
it's near where I grew up at in Chesapeake.
Yeah, and I've got one not far from me on Kempsville Road over in Kempsville. But did you know Dawson Taylor, the founder of Taylor's Do It Center, 103 years young, and unfortunately just passed away.
But what a wonderful
Absolutely.
life. Again, Taylor Do It is a staple here in the community.
Sure.
And I mean, it was new. It was news to me. 'Cause I'm like, whoa, he was. I mean, just again to see your gift, grow and like.
Absolutely. Taylor's father, Robert, joined the company in 1929 after it was started by James Jordan, Edward Hardy, William Ashburn, and Audie Fish. I don't know. It's a pretty big business card. It's 4 different people, according to this, in 1927.
Wow. I remember. Actually, I don't.
You look good for your age. Taylor subsequently became co-owner in 1965. I was 1 at the time, during the company's first expansion. But regardless, they've got 11 locations around the Hampton Roads area. And as you said, a staple of the Hampton Roads community.
Absolutely.
There are plenty of Taylor Do-It-Yourself centers, sort of like the Ace Hardware style. It's not a Home Depot. It's not a Lowe's. It's that local
and it's
store.
always usually in the heart of like certain, like just neighborhoods in general.
Absolutely.
So it's like, it's right down the street. You go, you have your pharmacy and you have a Taylor Do It Center. I'm serious, man.
That is so true.
They're across the street from each other.
That is so true. I realized I had 2 of those stories, so we'll just get rid of this one. I'm going to see if I can get it in.
Watch out.
Yeah, watch out. Coming at you. No, I missed. All right, let's switch gears. Now, one of the things I like to share are casino winnings back in Vegas.
Okay.
Because I'm always intrigued. Everybody wins these big jackpots, $500,000, 200,000, 10,000, and they always say they did it on like a $5 slot machine or a 50. But you know what I always love, and John and I talk about this all the time. How much money did someone actually spend all that time before they hit the jackpot, right?
Smart,
so when you read the story, 88 cents and someone wins $50 million, I'm like, how many 88 cents did they win or have to pay before they got the winning? Well,
very true.
Here's a gentleman from Hawaii whose name was Jesus. You can read it as Jesus and read it and fill in anything that you want to. He on Let It Ride at Harrah's on the 4th of July. You talk about fireworks.
Wow.
For this $276,000. Let It Ride, I believe, out there is one of those multiple denomination games. So everything from 25 cents up to $1 or $5. But still, so from Hawaii, and Hawaii, by the way, there's so many Hawaiians that visit Las Vegas. It's considered like the 9th island. Vegas is considered. You never knew
it was definitely an island for sure.
Absolutely.
The way the temperature is out there.
But it's the 9th island for Vegas. Vegas is considered the 9th island because of how many people visit from Hawaii and Cali. Because it's very expensive.
Very true.
And true. Vegas is not. But anyway, so $276,000 to that individual. Wow. So congratulations to them. Here's another one. Well, actually, this is about basketball.
Okay.
You're a sports guy.
For sure.
Now, Vegas, when I moved out there nearly almost 30 years ago, I'm out here 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the owners of the Sacramento Kings, the Maloof brothers, at the time owned the Palms.
Okay.
Out in Vegas. So everything was like, we're never going to have basketball in Las Vegas. We're going to keep it because of the Maloof brothers, right?
Yep.
There's professional hockey out there now. WNBA's out there. Soccer's out there. Baseball, the A's, which many people in Vegas wish Oakland would keep and expand in their team. We have hockey. So we have all of that. But now basketball is coming to light again in Las Vegas, okay? So a new billion-dollar group is pursuing an NBA team. John, can you put up that logo of the Las Vegas Jacks, please? Led by Hall of Famer Jerry Colangelo and Vinny Del Negro, David Levy, and Jay Williams. And the Las Vegas Jacks, as you see there, is the proposed name. The name of this team is not necessarily winning fans over.
That's it. That's not winning them over. I don't know. For me, looking at that logo, it's like if I was on clip art. Remember clip art on the computer?
I still use it.
Okay.
What do you mean remember?
I mean, I'm sorry.
I still use it, dude.
Can we cut that out?
No, it's live, dude. We're live. We ain't cutting nothing out.
But I don't know. It's like they kind of rushed it with that.
Still, but for basketball, though, you mentioned before we went on there, you were just recently out there a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. So if you were to name a basketball team in Vegas, what would you name a basketball team out there? And Las Vegas Craps doesn't count.
Oh, darn, man. Then I have nothing. Then that was all on the tables. Man, but that's actually a great question because for me, Las Vegas has so much
Yes.
outside of just the gambling. I mean, the
Right on.
entertainment, the
Mother
visual,
Nature.
the Mother Nature. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so many things. I can't even think of anything. For some reason, I keep on thinking of the theme of Sin City.
Uh-huh.
So maybe incorporating that with
Las Vegas Sin.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Just
I
saying.
don't know. I mean, I don't know about having like the very religious players that will like that thing. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like,
How about the Las Vegas Jokers?
Jokers, I think is a good one. I think the
Not
Joker's
bad.
a good one.
Especially in honor of Cesar Romero and our favorite Batman.
Ah, that's true.
See what I did there? See what I did? I
they-
combined it all
They should have
together.
hit up Aaron, man. Aaron is always quick to come up with.
Just
great
send me
names.
send me the email at aaron@thevoice757.com. Anyway, so this group led by Jerry Colangelo, who I believe was the former owner of the Phoenix Suns and the Bulls and the
Bulls,
Cubs.
the
The
Bulls,
Bulls
I do
for
remember,
sure, right?
yeah.
Was he also part owner of the Cubs too?
Could have because
But I think the Suns he was also part of as well. Maybe not an owner, but he was
probably
minority side. Yeah. So it's him, Vinny Del Negro, who I thought was a football player, but he's not. I remember him playing basketball now. David Levy and Jay Williams. They're backed by U.S. Bank and BTIG with $8 billion in total capital towards $12.5 to $13 billion asset target. And they want to build the most impressive state-of-the-art basketball arena in the world.
I'm for it. I am for it because at the end of the day, Las Vegas, they're not just the entertainment capital of the world.
Correct.
They're starting to be the
The
sports,
sports capital of the world. Absolutely. And I guess in a way you can put sports under that umbrella as entertainment because not only with the teams and everything that's out there, but as many people go out to Vegas in the month of March during the basketball NCAA tournament to gamble and have fun out there as they get 150,000 people for New Year's.
Wow.
They get 150,000 people for NASCAR races in March. Because we forget NASCAR's out there too. The racetrack is about 5 miles north of the valley.
I did not
So
think
you
of
get
that.
NASCAR
Wow.
races. There's so much. So when you think about it, the transition from the gambling and the food and the entertainment,
Wow.
there's a ton of sports out there.
Wow.
So can we put sports under entertainment? I believe you
For
can.
sure. For sure.
But here's the thing that I'm going to talk about for baseball for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Hockey, the Golden Knights,
Mm-hmm.
was an expansion team
Mm-hmm.
that has had huge success. They
Mhm.
lost in the finals this year to the Carolina Hurricanes, but they were an expansion team.
Okay.
Okay. So the Oakland Athletics now, which will become the Vegas Athletics,
Mhm.
okay, is a team that's going to be moving to Vegas. A 35,000 seat baseball semi-closed dome arena. You might have seen the concerns right by the airport on Tropicana Las Vegas Boulevard, where the Tropicana Hotel used to be.
Yep.
Okay. In my humble opinion, out towards the raceway, which
Mhm.
is, again, the raceway is maybe 5 miles north of the city, what they should have done from a traffic standpoint.
Mm.
Okay. So picture this, if you will. First pitch, 7:05, traditionally, right? In
Mhm.
most games.
Mhm.
People like to get to the stadium about an hour early because they watch batting practice. Maybe they try to get autographs, all of that stuff. Okay.
Trying to get all the booze lined,
Trying to get all the
before
booze
the
lined
line.
up, right? Exactly. Tailgating and all of that
For
fun
sure.
stuff.
For sure.
But then imagine everybody trying to get off of work at 5 o'clock. And Route 15 in Tropicana is no picnic because at that corner,
Mhm.
you have Allegiant. Well, Allegiant Stadium's a little further north, but you have T-Mobile,
Mhm.
you have MGM, you have New York, you have some major casinos there. Now throw in a 35,000 seat baseball arena
Mhm.
on that interchange. I ain't going to want to be anywhere near that for 82 games of the season.
But Aaron, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Like you being a former native there,
Yeah.
like was there ever a day where traffic was smooth sailing?
No.
I feel as though it's like they're used to the congestion. It's like saying, okay, Manhattan, you know how much traffic that will cause? Hello, like it's so.
Hey, you're 100% right. Yeah, that and they had just done
And that's
some-
probably the mindset. That's what I'm thinking. They probably had.
at that intersection. They've been restructuring the Tropicana exit off of Route 15 for 2 years before it even moved.
Wow.
So whether that was in anticipation of the extra traffic, I don't know. And again, from the side of the casinos,
Mhm,
I
mhm.
understand why they put the stadium on that corner. They want to keep people on the corner. But what they're failing to realize is when the Kansas City Royals go into Vegas to play the A's, attendance is going to be El Garbaggio versus the Yankees going in, or the
Very
Dodgers
true.
going in, or the
Very
Angels
true.
going in. So 82 games of the season that will be at home,
Mhm.
their attendance is going to be very questionable. You know what I'm saying? But
Very true.
even still, though, once again, the city's looking at the revenue, and they're going to make a lot of money revenue-wise. but the concern of the local residents who have to travel through all that, just like when they have the Formula One, that's another sporting event.
That's another
where
one.
they close down the strip for 3 miles of road
I
and
know
rebuild.
the locals are not.
Oh, they are not. And that's a 10-year commitment when they signed it 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And they don't get the attendance that they thought. So again, I think what's happening is, in my opinion, in the dilution of Vegas with all of the sports and these kind of things that disrupt the normal functionality of the city is as much a negative reflection on how it impacts the residents and pissing those people off as it is the city and the state, once again, purely looking at the revenue, which is why Vegas, with all the casinos that they have there, will never, ever institute lotteries or scratch offs and all that stuff like Virginia is known for, because the casino wants every dollar going in to their pockets, even though all those rip-offs and scratch-offs are designed to go into the educational budget.
Wow.
The casinos have the best lobbyists up in Reno because they don't allow it to happen. Whereas here in Virginia, portions of all the revenue goes into K through 12 education here that comes in. And that's the way Clark County out in Vegas.
I feel we got to keep an eye on Virginia because, Virginia is, we're expanding now with casinos.
I know.
I mean,
they got a long way to go before they catch up to Vegas.
For sure.
They have Rivers Casino, the new one that's out at the Norfolk Tides Stadium.
They opened ground in Petersburg, Virginia as well. So they're trying.
Listen, when they put slot machines in the supermarkets and the gas stations in this town like they have in Vegas, then we'll have something to worry about. All right, it's time for our first break of the show. You're watching Aaron's Hour Coast to Coast with my guest, Arrington Gavin, the man, the myth, the legend, is with me this morning. Thank you for watching. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Stephanie Corcoran, branch manager of the Freedom Lending Team, is a dedicated VA home loan specialist that runs a team with one mission, serving those who have served our country. As a proud military family member, she understands the sacrifices that come with service. That's why Stephanie and her team are committed to making the VA loan process simple, clear, and tailored specifically for veterans and active duty families. Whether you're buying your first home or using your VA benefits again, you deserve a team that knows the ins and outs and puts your needs first. To chat with Stephanie, call 209-777-5160. At Freedom Lending Team, we don't just do VA loans, we specialize in them. Let us help you take the next step by bringing veterans home.
Hi, I'm Hall of Fame broadcaster and local TV host Aaron Phillips. Are you interested in hosting a podcast? I offer a podcast seminar where I share the information you need to set up your podcast for success. Some of the topics that I cover include basic terminology, how to do a successful interview, who to target as a potential advertiser, and more. For more information, visit thevoiceof757.com or email me directly at aaron@thevoiceof757.com. Let my voice speak to you. All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour, Coast to Coast, coming to you from Virginia Beach, a very hot, muggy, steamy, and wet area here in Virginia Beach. But hope you all had a safe and happy July 4th. All right, now, John, before we get started with Arrington, can you please pop up the health fair so I can go over that? The Mount Chesapeake Churches second annual community health fair, Saturday, July 25th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is a community-focused event, aims to promote health awareness, provide vital services, and connect families with trusted healthcare professionals and community partners. Free health services and family-friendly activities will include, but not limited to, mammograms, PSA, blood pressure, cholesterol, vascular testing, colon screenings, fitness sessions, and yoga, cooking demonstrations, nutrition consultants, healthy food trucks, bounce houses, and children's activities as well. Additionally, all major healthcare systems in the Hampton Roads area, Chesapeake Regional, Centaur, Bon Secours, Riverside, and CHKD will be in attendance, making this an excellent opportunity for meaningful collaboration and outreach. So if you're interested for more information, just please visit, as you see there on the screen, themontleads.org. Sorry, my eyes kind of misfocused for a little bit. So check that out. I don't want to say, I'm doing Arrington a favor, but he's related to the person running this. And so, I figured, what the heck? I'll stay on Arrington's good side and offer to do it.
Just doing a little yoga. Just doing a little yoga. Yeah.
Touchdown. Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Okay, so check
Not gonna
that
do the
out.
downward dog. I don't want to turn it into that kind of shit.
You know what? I had a workout yesterday with overhead squats. I'm lucky I'm sitting up. Anyway, the man next to me is not only known as a successful radio personality, has a successful show on YouTube called The Arrington Gavin Show. And for those of you back there in Las Vegas, his show does currently run on K-Shop out there, KSHP, the same radio station that provides all those great discount coupon options and stuff, which was also the first radio station that I was ever on when I started my career. So we have that in common.
I mean, what
were we separated at birth or something?
Maybe, man. We got to talk to our parents.
Anyway, but you also own your own business for beard products.
Yep.
Talk about that.
So Rugged Evolution Beard Care. So if I have a little time, the genesis behind that was as a kid, I attended private school all my life. And at the age of 14, I started growing facial hair. And of course, as every 14-year-old kid, what the heck is going on here? What's happening? Am I turning to the wolf man or something?
Premature puberty is what I think it was.
Man, I didn't know what it was. And so I was like, okay, let me try to embrace it. But the private school I attended at the time had a no facial hair policy. So it was a no-go for me to, embrace it while I was in high school. But once I graduated high, I'm like, I'm just going to grow up my facial hair. And I'm just going to just have fun with it, but not having the knowledge of facial hair care maintenance.
Sure.
Never.
Well, at 14, you wouldn't.
For sure. And even as a freshman in college, I didn't know how to maintain it, all that stuff. And then fast forward to my sophomore year, I started going to all the stores, getting all the products, thinking I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. And so I just did my own research when it came to men's grooming. Oh, look at that.
We have a picture up on the screen right now.
And that was actually one of our very first, that was some of my original products when I first started.
Gotcha.
Beard care.
Well, then you need to update your website. Because that's where I got that.
Ouch. But it's just so good. You can't, it's just
it is a great picture showing your products. It absolutely is.
But I had, after doing all my research, and just various essential oils and just all natural products. Weekends when I left college and visiting my parents, I would be in the kitchen whipping up just some recipes and different items like beard balm for sure. My mom was like, "What are you doing in my kitchen? Don't worry, I'll clean it up.
I'll clean it up.
Oh, I gotta go to college. Bye, sorry." But I would come back to school, have friends with facial hair, and they were kind of like my testers because I had extras, and I'm like, "Well, try this out." Now, I grew up with an entrepreneurship mind through my parents, but just never knew what avenue it was going to lead me to. So from there, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm on to something because I was watching the Golden Globes and like 90% of the male presenters all had facial hair. So I'm like, okay, this is not a trend. I think this is a movement. Walked out at my university, saw different, all the guys with sporting mustache, beards, goatees, you name it. I'm like, okay, different styles. I think this is something I can pick. So that's when I started creating my business plan my sophomore year in college.
And now, how long has Rugged been out there for?
7 years. So I started August of 2017. Started to attend small vending shows and then opened my website November of 2017. And been going strong ever since. We're in about 6 local retailers. We're in Walmart, Etsy,
and of course online.
Online for
website
sure. Yes. Website is ruggedevo.com. Ruggedevo.com. So,
and when you watch the Voice of 757 TV show coming up on the 18th. We talk about that, and we also talk about some of the products you brought on the show as well that we have, and I still have some of them. I've been using them a little bit here and there when I remember too. I'm telling you, I just wish I can get rid of some of this gray. That's
embrace the gray. Hey, you see my gray.
Is this
don't look too close?
Have you? Wait. I can zoom in.
Don't do it. Never.
So what you have now in terms of sporting the beard? When was the last time you were like clean shaven, or is this all the way from college?
When was the time I was? No. So the last time I had a clean shaven face was, I would say, 21. When I was 21. I'm 31 right now.
Okay, so this is 10 years worth of growth.
That was 10 years for sure worth of growth. It was
smooth.
So
we have some. I got to tell
people doing that.
I got to tell the audience right now. I have someone in the studio that's filming us for social media, and as I went, I looked over and I saw her face, and she's laughing back there.
Gold, yes, I know. Yes, more.
Wait, would this work a little bit for you, Kendra? Anyway,
but I would say 21. Now the last time, I kind of sported your look when I was 21. Now the very last time I had a smooth face was my senior year in high school.
Okay, all right. So, but you need to carry the beard because of what your business.
Sure,
could you imagine a clean-shaven guy talking about beard products?
Man, my wife has, for one, my wife has never seen me with a baby face.
Really?
She's seen pictures, but she's never seen me without a beard. And I always tell her, I'm like, I'm a little down. I just wish sometimes I could just cut up a bit. Never. I'm like, okay. So it will never happen.
But for you, not forget the business side. It's become your trademark. It's become part of who you are at this point.
My whole mission in life was.
You probably look like you'd be 12 if you shaved it off. But that's a whole nother
maybe. My whole mission in life was to change the narrative. So the whole reason why I wanted to start Revolution Beard Care, our motto is "Rugged is the new smooth," because you can, whether you're a labor worker or work in corporate America, you are still a man of distinction. And see, beards and facial hair was always looked upon as unprofessional. So if I had an interview coming up, they're like, "Oh, make sure you shave that off. That's unprofessional." So I wanted to change the narrative, and that's what we promote is just proper beard maintenance. We have to take care of our body. We know the importance of taking care of our bodies internally, but also externally.
Do you think that trend though changed more so as well because of COVID, where people were stuck at home? They didn't have to shave. Guys, they didn't have to shave.
I think for sure it helped. For the most part, there were periods where you started to see, because if you ever heard of it, was a story talking about the Crown Act where folks was getting discriminated by the hairstyle that they had in the workplace, and that was a little bit before COVID. So I would say for that reason, it helped to say, okay, wait a minute, you can't judge somebody with facial hair, right? But then for sure, COVID, absolutely, because men were like, hey, my wife actually kind of likes it. I like this.
I'm not going anywhere. I don't need to shave.
Absolutely. And then I get a lot of retired military vets that are saying, okay, now I can grow this out. So
because for military, it's complete opposite. They have to be clean, and now all of a sudden, when they're retired, they ain't got to be so clean on the face.
That's right.
They're going to make up for lost time. So again, you can check it out.
RuggedEvo.com. Rugged Evolution Beard Care is the company.
I want to change gears on you and talk about something that's going on here in Virginia Beach and get your take on it. I found out about this last summer that the Virginia Beach National Golf Course out on Princess Anne Road has been around a long time. It actually hosted some PGA tournaments in the past, so it's a very well-known property. Last summer, there was talk that part of the golf course was going to be sold. And a couple of holes on the golf course were going to be redesigned to put housing on there. Within the last month, that topic has come up again to where now possibly, and I know they had a public hearing on, the 9th, the 7th or 8th this past week, they had a public hearing because they wanted to get some of the local community involved. There are people who live in that area that do not want housing, but they're talking about selling the entire golf course, redesigning it to still keep 18 holes, but putting low-income housing on there or affordable housing, let's put it that way, stores in the whole thing. What's your take on something like that happening, A, in the community in general, and B, the Virginia Beach National Golf Course?
Oh, so that's a tough one because I see obviously both arguments with it. You look at one side to say, okay, the area needs more affordable housing, especially when you look at, out of the 7 cities in Hampton Roads, Chesapeake and Virginia Beach are at the highest when it comes to people that cannot afford to live in those cities. And they're from the area, they work in the area, but they're like, I can't afford to live here. I got to move to Suffolk or somewhere far, far away. And so I think it's great that they're building affordable housing. Now, to the history of the golf course, and I've been there before, beautiful course, beautiful course. And you almost forget that it's there because it's kind of hidden.
Right. It's off Princess Anne Road.
Yes.
Now, First Tee, which is in the front of the property, that's part of YMCA, is not involved in this transaction. The First Tee will stay as of now.
Yeah, but let's be honest, between the two, I think, they can have first Tee. I mean, but it just with the appeal of it.
Correct.
I think it people are frustrated because they lose some of their fun. They lose that enjoyment of, hey, I'm building relationships over there. I've had events there, X, Y, and Z. But I'm always going to be more for affordable housing is needed just in our area.
There is another location closer to where I live on Warm Springs. Yeah, John, that street's for you. Witch Duck and Princess Anne on that corner over there. There's talk about some of the property there that's going to be built into low-income housing affordability there too.
Now, and I always have like later thoughts popping up while we're talking about this, because
you want a pen and paper to jot them down.
Exactly. Well, because you have to be careful, because sometimes and I don't mean to say like this, but what can lower or affordable housing bring to that area, for example. So they want to, you have obviously home owners that live on that street. It's like saying, okay, is this going to improve my home value? Is it going to decrease my house value? Like, what's going to happen with the long run? So I see the argument. I do. If Virginia Beach, which is a big city, if they had another area in mind, I would recommend them to say, okay, how about move it towards this side and, and still keep this, this here just the way it is, especially if they're going to redo the whole thing. But if they're not, I mean.
Well, the thing is where I've just mentioned the cross streets in the area, that's where I live generally in that area. There really is no land to expand something new. I mean, it's pure. I mean, the community I live in was built in 1978.
Okay.
So there's no ground like in Vegas. Although they are expanding out there, there's still a lot of open territory. Where we are over there isn't. So the plot of land that they're looking at on that corner, there's a firehouse on that corner there. And it may be tucked in a little more. I don't know about other areas because of the history. But also the history of the city. Who knows how much land is actually protected by historical things?
That is true.
I mean, especially Old Kempsville, where one of the first shots that were fired in the Revolutionary War happened in the community I live in.
That is very
so
true.
We could be talking about the only corner of property that's not protected.
But you know what? I think this is the bigger question is the importance of having museums, because at some point, more people are going to continue to move into the city.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, okay, if you're overcrowded, where are we going to place them at? Where are we going to put folks at? So eventually, it's like, I don't know, maybe cut a chip of grass of that history and put it right here and say this. I totally get it. And you're right. Between Williamsburg, Jamestown, and Yorktown, and all the stuff that goes on, there's plenty of stuff. One of my favorite museums, now that I digress because it's my show and I can, the military museum, the aviation museum. I love that. That's a great museum. The history that is there. Speaking of museums, but it's interesting because in Vegas, when I moved there almost 30 years ago, the population was only 500,000 people, which is roughly where Virginia Beach is at about 400,000. We also have one of the longest coastlines around at 35 miles long as far as the ocean coastline is concerned. When I left Vegas, population out there was 2.6, 2.7 million. And land when I first got out there that had nothing has a lot of something, right? So out here, the draws, the water, it's the ocean front, it's all that, and the historical perspective. But Vegas is a 12-month town that can draw people. Its cost of living is very different out there. Here, cost of living is questionable. I just saw an email. Electric's going to go up again. So and that's not different. In any other places, but it's just interesting because that Witch Duck and Princess Anne, I'm president of my civic league. And so I'm hearing talk through my residents, the concern of what it's going to do to property and influx of low income families, what that may do for God forbid, for criminal rates. And if people get a little crazy and all of that, let's just hope that I agree. I think everybody should be entitled to have a solid roof over their head. For sure.
So I'm with you in terms of that. I'd hate to see the golf course take a hit. But First Tee, which is on that property, is managed and monitored by the YMCA. I had Kristen Howard on my show a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about this, and it's a 9-hole par 3, kind of like a pitch and putt kind of course. As of right now, that property is not involved in the discussions of what they're going to do with the main golf course. I hope nothing happens to it because it's important for the YMCA to provide that for kids.
For sure.
And matter of fact, here's a cheap plug. But on the 26th of this month, Fatherhood Foundation is having a tournament out there at First Tee for fundraising. Yours truly will be emceeing the event. It's what happens when all you do is feed me. I'll show up. Anyway, so I'll get to experience it. But I'm glad that as of right now, that's not involved in the conversation.
That's good.
And I'd hate to see the golf course go away because even though they're going to replace it with shops as well as housing, we're talking jobs.
Very much so.
Okay, that's the other thing. If that golf course goes away, I mean, they don't have hundreds of people to work on a golf course, but you've got enough people, right? You've got the different facets. I'd hate to see those people have to start searching. Before we get ready to go to break, I'm going to do something here with Arrington that I did not prepare him for. And I have my questions out of the blue, that this way you can hear some unique twists and turns about Arrington to see what his feelings are. So are you ready?
I think
First thing that comes to mind. This is not Phone a Friend. This is not Dwelling. Who's your favorite actor of all time? The male version.
The male version, Denzel Washington.
if I kept track over the years, Denzel Washington is like the one name I get just about every other episode.
He makes a bad movie. I mean, seriously, he's been in awful movies, but he's still great.
Philadelphia and John Q are two of my favorites with him.
Ooh, okay. Philadelphia's great. That's one with Tom Hanks, right?
Correct.
What was the other one?
John Q, where he plays the father who's in the hospital.
Oh man, there's too many.
I know the guy's been around like forever, it seems like, and he's great in just about everything he does. Favorite actress, the female side of the ledger.
Oh, that's tough. It's
always tough for some reason. The female actress is always tough.
That's all. That really is. Okay, I'm gonna say this now just because I've been binge watching the show. But is it Jean Hart? She's on a show called Hacks. She was on a show called Designing Woman or something. It was
okay, I remember Designing Woman.
But it's a comedic show, but it's so good. The show's called Hacks. I'm gonna say her because she's been in the game for a long time.
Okay.
Nominated, but it's so many. The list is really hard.
Favorite all-time movies, so that when it comes on whatever channel, you turn your phone off, you grab your favorite snack and your favorite adult beverage. Presumably, you'll sit with your spouse, and you will not be interrupted for what movie is that. See, I purposely extend this question to give time for someone to figure out the title. I didn't say they'd be easy. Favorite all-time, and you can include like if you want to binge watch a TV series, something like that. That's fine, but whatever entertainment you want to watch.
Okay, so I can include a series to that.
Sure.
Sopranos.
That was okay. I'm
sorry.
I give you props for that.
Yeah,
one. That's a Jersey based.
If I have to pick a show, The Sopranos all day, every day.
Absolutely. All right. Favorite genre of music?
Talk radio. No, I'm joking.
The Arrington Gavin Show, followed by Aaron's Hour.
I would say like rhythm and blues and R&B. So I love R&B, but I also love the raspiness.
Okay.
Like Teddy Swims, Chris Stapleton. There's a gentleman named Alan Stone. I love just that.
Okay.
Very like raspy, soulful, tone. Gregory Porter. He's a jazz guy. Gregory Porter.
Now we're gonna talk like this the rest of the way. He likes raspy voices. Okay. Last question before I go to break. So you're driving in your car around town. You're at a red light.
Okay.
You have your music on.
Okay.
You don't care that other people looking inside the car, looking at you, saying, "Hey, I think I know that guy."
Mm.
You're doing karaoke. What song are you doing karaoke to on your radio? And I don't care if it's the Elaine Bettis version of karaoke. What are you singing to in your car?
Probably it'll be from some R&B group. So it'll be Casey and JoJo or Boys and Men. I'm R&B man. R&B groups. Drew Hill.
Something R&B.
Yeah, something R&B for sure. Something R&B. Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. Charlie Wilson's outstanding.
Perfect.
Charlie Wilson, outstanding.
All right.
Yeah.
You say so. All right. When we come back, we're going to wrap up with Arrington. A few more things we'll talk about. We'll have some more fun because he has no idea what the rest of the questions are. Listen, real quickly though, too, if you want to advertise on the show, like you see Freedom Lending Team and Sky 4, send me an email at aaron@thevoice757.com. I have some specials right now ready to roll. And if you're a veteran and you have a business, let me help you. Let my voice speak for you. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. More to come. Hi, I'm Hall of Fame broadcaster and local TV host Aaron Phillips. Are you interested in hosting a podcast? I offer a podcast seminar where I share the information you need to set up your podcast for success. Some of the topics that I cover include basic terminology, how to do a successful interview, who to target as a potential advertiser, and more. For more information, visit thevoice757.com or email me directly at aaron@thevoice757.com. Let my voice speak to you.
Stephanie Corcoran, branch manager of the Freedom Lending Team, is a dedicated VA home loan specialist that runs a team with one mission, serving those who have served our country. As a proud military family member, she understands the sacrifices that come with service. That's why Stephanie and her team are committed to making the VA loan process simple, clear, and tailored specifically for veterans and active duty families. Whether you're buying your first home or using your VA benefits again, you deserve a team that knows the ins and outs and puts your needs first. To chat with Stephanie, call 209-777-5160. At Freedom Lending Team, We don't just do VA loans, we specialize in them. Let us help you take the next step by bringing veterans home.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. We're just talking about shows. My wife and I just completed watching on Netflix Runaway. It's an 8-series limited series. Very powerful, a lot of twists and turns. A very, very good outcome. It's not closed caption. It's not one of those dubbed shows. I hate those. I don't have the patience for that. But Runaway, it's a great little episode. All right, let's get back to talking some stuff. All right. So I really don't have anything serious to talk about, so we'll have some fun talking about the non-serious stuff. So one of the things that Arrington and I have in common is we're pro wrestling fans.
For sure.
Okay. Sure. We just had they were out in Saudi Arabia. Sami Zayn won the undisputed title from Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
He just lost it on Monday in Chicago
to
CM Punk because
right.
they were in Chicago. That's his hometown. What's your thoughts on a champion for 8 days holding a title to then lose it?
For that title, not really a big fan, because if you go like to the olden days, remember the hardcore title? Title was like, well, they redid it to like the 24/7,
24/7,
which was like basically you can keep it for
a referee can actually win the title, right?
For sure. So I'm not crazy.
R-Truth had it 47 times, I think.
What a legend, man. What a legend. I'm not crazy about it. I think it was like too expecting because, as you mentioned, CM Punk is from Chicago. It was his hometown. So it's very like folks knew it. The part that I loved about professional wrestling was like the stories were unexpected. They kept you on your toes. You had the option to watch the soap operas or wrestling. And sometimes wrestling was a lot more popular.
Absolutely.
Grandma put All My Children General Hospital down and said, I want to see what The Rock is talking about.
That's right.
And that was the truth. So
absolutely.
Now, and this is like a long, going conversation around WWE is being a little bit too pro business. I was watching an interview, and I'm sorry to get sidetracked, but I was watching an interview. Jeff Jarrett was on a program,
Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring, and it was Ariel. I can't forget.
Ariel Harwani.
Yes. And they were just talking, obviously the two top
sure
platforms right now, AEW,
WWE.
And what Jeff had said basically, the owners of TKO is listening to Wall Street, where Tony is listening to Tony. Just like back in the day, Vince will only answer to Vince. And so, don't get me wrong, WWE is massive, large scale, multi-billion-dollar company. Doesn't have the funds, or AEW is nowhere near close of the funds of WWE. But
I wouldn't be too sure of that, given who his father, Tony Khan's father is, and the football team and all of that.
The Jaguars,
it just may not be as public knowledge.
That's true.
But I'm sure WWE still is lengths ahead of that.
For sure. I think AEW is still standing strong on those old core values. That it's just like sometimes you can't always just focus on like the business or the Wall Street side. What are the people talking about? Because folks weren't happy when they went to Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Folks are not happy at all.
Right. So WWE, it is believed, went for the moment.
Yes.
Having Sami win in Saudi Arabia. And I love Sami Zayn. I mean, you give him a lemon, he'll make lemonade out of it. I'm glad he got the chance after 24 years to have that title. I am not a fan of these position holder titles for 7 or 8 days, because all that they were really trying to do is set up Punk and Cody at SummerSlam. That's all they were really trying to do. However, be that as it may, I really like Sami, and it's unfortunate that his reign lasted only 8 days. The Miz has 9 days. He's got the second shortest title reign over the years ago. But be that as it may, the one thing that AEW promised was something different in the world of pro wrestling when they started. To me, they really haven't done anything different. What can you do differently than what the WWE does? Does WWE show more blood? Yeah, they show more blood thanks to Jon Moxley bleeding at the winds can blow in the arena and he's bleeding on AEW, right? So, and then they were talking about the win-loss records. They've gotten away from that, to make it important. One thing, though, WWE got away from is you have to earn title shots.
Yes.
And that's what Punk did not do. Punk comes back in, they give him a title shot, he wins. Charlotte Flair, who I love a lot as well, when she's out for injury for months and months and
She
months.
comes back with
All of a
that.
sudden she comes back, and all of a sudden she's winning the title again.
Well, because she's still, I think, just going to be the face of the women.
And that's okay. I get that. But does she really need? There's a saying. Some people need titles to progress.
Yep.
There are performers who don't need the titles to be successful.
Very true.
Charlotte Flair at this point, Cody Rhodes at this point, don't need titles around their waists anymore.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So it's just something that, and you mentioned choices of General Hospital Pro Wrestling. People can take pro wrestling for what it is.
Mhm.
It's a male soap opera.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
all that it is. But if you take it for what it's worth, you can enjoy it. If you're going to argue real or not real, then you're not going to enjoy pro wrestling for what it is.
For sure.
Injuries are real.
For sure.
We have
for
to
sure.
acknowledge that. So, but yeah, I wanted to get your take on the pro wrestling scene. One of the reasons I bring that up is because Arrington has a connection with a local independent promotion here that, who knows, you may see us doing that. Who knows? We're talking all sorts of opportunities because we know people. You know
We
what I'm
know
saying?
people.
That's right. All right, let me get back to some of those crazy questions because I
Oh,
can.
jeez.
What's your favorite all-time vacation spot that you'd like to go to someday? Where'd you go on your honeymoon? Did you go on a honeymoon?
Where did I go on my honeymoon? Okay,
If you have to think about that.
because so the funny thing, so our 4-year anniversary will be coming up soon, I think in September. So we're actually going to take a cruise. to
Okay.
Bahamas. We have some friends up there, something tropical, but we really our honeymoon we went to Alexandria, Virginia.
All right.
And we have family. It was for our schedules. My wife and I
Sure.
are extremely busy people, and
Right.
we actually don't have the time to really have like a great honeymoon trip. But
But
no,
you're going on
this-
the cruise? That'd be
the
nice.
cruise will be wonderful. The cruise will be
Okay.
wonderful.
And
But
you
if
go
I
in
had
September?
yes,
Okay.
and now if I had to pick a place though, if I had to pick a place, it will be Italy. I've always
Okay.
wanted to go to Italy.
I hear they make good pasta there.
Oh, I would lose my mind. Pasta, wine, you name it. That you won my heart already. But no, that's like my ideal.
If money were no object, and under the presumption you don't already have this in your driveway, what is your ideal dream car that you'd like to have someday?
Ooh.
And Batmobile excluded because I get it first.
So I don't have a favorite. I have a favorite brand. So I'm a
Okay.
BMW all day, every day.
Okay.
Whatever is the newest, sickest, sporty ride,
At
because I
that
love
time?
sports. At that time, I'm getting it because
Okay.
I love sports cars. I really do. If I had to just rely on this, but I know it's essential to have more of an SUV because you can have the space, X, Y, Z. But I love.
What are you driving now?
I'm driving a Bronco. Ford
Oh, okay.
Bronco.
Okay. I got the SUV also. I got the Chevy Equinox. So, okay. Favorite meal, top to bottom, starting with an appetizer. What's your favorite appetizer?
Oysters, raw oysters, fried oysters, any kind of oyster. I
Okay.
love oysters.
Main entree?
Main entree.
And you can mix it up. It doesn't have to be a theme meal.
I would have to have. I need steak on that plate.
Okay.
I need more oysters on that plate.
Okay.
After I already had for
I'm
appetizer.
seeing
I
a
need some more.
theme
I
here.
need some
Seeing a
more.
theme.
I would need, as far as a vegetable, because I gotta be healthy here. I love Brussels sprouts.
You don't have to be healthy on my account.
Okay, great. So
It's your ideal meal. Remember that.
anything Vietnamese.
Okay.
I love Vietnamese food.
Okay.
So a bowl of pho is what they call it, PHO. It's
Okay.
basically like
Mhm.
rice noodles, everything in it's amazing.
Yep. Dessert. Give me a dessert.
I'm basic, man. I can just do chocolate chip cookies for sure.
Okay.
Chocolate chip cookies on top of like a sweet potato pie or apple pie.
A
I'm
little
pie
dose
guy.
of vanilla ice cream on top of that too. A
Go
little a la
crazy.
mode.
Go crazy.
Little
with
chocolate
it.
syrup.
That's like a guilty. That's like
That's a
guilty,
guilty
because
pleasure.
I love pie. I'm not a cake person. I love pie. So
Okay.
anything in the pie, but cookie wise, chocolate chip. I can't.
Chips Ahoy.
For sure.
Soft or the original? Soft scratch or the
Original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Any adult libations with your meal?
Oh yeah. So anything bourbon related.
Okay,
man.
gotcha.
I'm a bourbon guy.
Bourbon
so,
guy.
Yes,
Gotcha. All
bourbon
right.
guy. If I
Okay.
want to lighten the load, I'll have like a nice red, either dry red, so Cab or Merlot. Those are-
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Favorite curse word, and you're welcome to say it on the air.
Uh,
We are not regulated by the FCC,
okay,
so you
okay.
can say it if you
um,
choose to.
Okay, favorite word, shit, but it's like it's shit. It's the
Yeah,
way
it's
you
like
gotta
that
say it. 'cause
drawn
like
out. Right.
shit.
Yeah,
And I'm
that-
always talking to my friends. Man, what do you think about that?
Shit. Yeah, you got to draw it out.
You
I
gotta
got
draw it out. Gotta draw it out.
I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. I usually ask at this point favorite superhero, and I give a choice of Batman, Superman, but I
Okay.
already know the answer to that.
You already know that.
But I'm going to give you a little twist on that.
Okay.
favorite Batman villain?
Because
Because he's a Batman fan. If you haven't figured that out by now,
I would.
he's already threatened
say,
to move into my studio. Because
I would
of all
say
the Batman
I would say the
stuff.
Joker. The Joker for sure. The Joker.
Which one? Are we talking Cesar Romero Joker, or are we talking Heath Ledger Joker, or anyone in between?
I think we've had a conversation.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna say the Jack Nicholson Joker. Really?
Oh, okay.
Jack Nicholson
89
Joker.
movie.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Because to me, Jack Nicholson was already the Joker before he was a Joker. You know what I mean? He was that. He bodied that role, and
I think he really enjoyed playing that role
for
in the
sure,
movie.
for sure. Now Heath was the darkest.
Oh,
he was definitely the darkest. You know, rest in peace. He was he played that role so good.
Absolutely.
But I look at Jack and even the gentleman you had mentioned earlier,
Cesar Romero.
I see them a little similar because again they had more fun with it.
Did you know Cesar Romero from the TV series refused to shave his mustache? If you look closely on any facial shots, you could see his mustache there, because as a Latin actor, that mustache look was
a
part
staple.
was a staple,
Wow.
and he refused to shave it because it would take away his machismo.
Wow.
And so when you look at close-ups, you'll see the mustache underneath all that white paint.
Wow,
Yep.
talk about priority. Like, he came with the demands.
Oh,
Like, I'm just
absolutely.
not gonna go.
No, absolutely. All right. The only serious question I ask in that group is the following. Okay. So when the day comes very, 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 very far down the line,
Mhm.
okay, and you're standing at the pearly gates and the maitre d' is there to greet you in,
Okay.
what is it you want to hear from them to say as you enter into the pearly gates?
You know, well, job well done, because
Mhm.
service has always been a part of my upbringing.
And you have a nonprofit,
I
which
do
we'll
have-
talk about here in a moment.
Yeah, well, service is one thing, and how do you like your bourbon, on the rocks or neat?
Okay.
I'm just saying, point me to the bar. 'Cause it's gonna be a
Okay.
party. I love to have
Good
fun.
thing is it's a free bar up there. There's no cash required.
Well, it's not gonna kill me. I mean,
You won't even
what is
get
it gonna
drunk.
do to me?
Right, exactly. What's it going to do? Bring me back to life? Hardly. Oh, that's funny. All right. Let's talk about a couple more things. We're only down to about 5 or 6 more minutes already.
Awesome.
All right. So let's talk about your nonprofit. I alluded to it. Talk about your nonprofit.
So a nonprofit is the Rugged Evolution Foundation. So the premise of, like, when I started my business, Rugged, it started off with something very rugged, raggedy, and then after, you know, using our product, you see it evolve into something smooth. So Rugged Evolution. But we use the same thing for our nonprofit, because if you're living in living in a hard condition at the moment,
Right.
well, we're going to be here to help evolve that into something better. So I started off in 2019 with a annual back to school giveaway, which we do, because our focus really is just youth from 13 through 18, but we've been giving back to 4 all the way up to seniors in high school. And it's because we have a lot of communities out here in the Hampton Roads area that are a bit overlooked. And I'm here to say, well, I'm here to help, because I was raised very fortunate, very privileged kid, but my folks always taught me to be a blessing to others in the way you were blessed. So I try so hard to continue to do my part. And so we have an annual back to school giveaway, where the first year what I do is I buy the backpacks. First year I bought like 250 backpacks, and I challenged the community to fill those backpacks with supplies. And so what I did, I'm like, okay, we exceeded our goal from 250. I think 375 we ended up giving out that year, but we do free brand new shoes, face painting, haircuts for the boys. We prop up, we have about 8 hairstylists for salon for the young ladies. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful function. As of right now, as today, we've given a little over 3,700 families in the Hampton Roads area. We're working on a mentorship program and other events. We did a toy and coat drive. So for more information, they can go to ruggedevolutionfoundation.org. It gives you all of our upcoming events, as well as if you would like to donate. It has our mission as well, just more information about it. But yeah.
And if you ever think a local TV personality will enhance any event, being there, just let me know. You know,
I absolutely will. Absolutely.
No, I'm saying that.
Oh
genuinely.
my gosh, the list is so.
I'm saying that genuinely.
Oh,
I'm not saying to pitch anything, but if you ever have an event that just a presence, or you want some extra face time, just let me know, dude. I got you.
I appreciate
I'll be
it.
happy to be there to
Appreciate
support
it.
you.
Really do.
All right, talk about the Arrington Gavin show. Talk about what you do behind the mic as well.
So as you know, I'm a long-winded person. I think your audience have realized I love to talk, and since I was a kid, I was the weird kid that enjoyed talk radio. I love listening to, like, Larry King. I just loved radio. I love talk shows, and I love conversation. Like, what we're doing is like my comfort zone. Is I love conversation. I love people, and so And I wanted to pursue mass communications, but my university did not have that. So I'm like, bummer. But once COVID happened, started getting involved in podcasting. Did a small one with my friends for a long period. And then I'm like, you know what? It's time to start my own, just because there's topics I want to hit. And I don't want to nudge, some of my coach. So I want to do this on my own. And the Arrington Gavin Show was simply just me just ranting about, all conversations from politics, sports, pop culture. I do a bunch of interview segments. I use it as a guide for young people and folks that are kind of foreign from politics, because I talk a lot of politics and pop culture. I've had the opportunity to interview current Lieutenant Governor Gonzalo Hashmi. I've had congressional members from different states, local mayor, actually be interviewing Mayor Philip Jones out of Newport News later today. He'll be back. And it's just a lot of fun, because I tell them, be comfortable. Don't think this is going to be like, hey, this is, CNN or
Geraldo Rivera.
No, be comfortable, because see, for folks that are not involved in politics, they think sometimes like politicians don't want to be bothered or that they're celebrities. I'm like, you have to realize they work for us. So those are like little things that I throw in there, and I just have an opinion for everything. So if when we were talking about some stories today, I'm always just sharing an opinion. So I use it as like the conversation that you have at the cookout or at the bar or something like that, and it's a lot of fun. It's on I'm on weeknights, 7 nights a week, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, and available on all podcast platforms.
Website for it?
Website is www.theagshow.com.
Again?
www.the as in Apple, G as in George show.com.
Normally I'd ask for a third time, but we're running out of time.
Thank God.
Well, normally, we remember things at least a minimum of 3 times, but we'll put it up there, make sure everybody knows they can just follow it on my pages. That's all I got for today, my friend.
All right, I'm leaving now.
Get out. That's it. We're done. No.
I got to pee. Oh, did they hear that? I'm sorry.
That's all right. We're live. All right. With that, thank you again for coming in, my friend.
Thank you so much for
We're
having me.
We're going to have to do this a little more regularly.
We just might. The audience needs to stay tuned. I've been telling my audience too, hey, look, working on some things.
We're working on some things. Our people will contact your people, Kathy and Amanda and Sky Ford.
I have a plan. I have a great plan in mind.
1 million people. Okay, more to come. By the way, just a quick programming note reminder, in 30 minutes, make sure you tune in to Cox Cable Channel 4 for the Voice of 757. Antoine Britt will be my guest. We're going to talk about all that he does in the community, as well as Battle of the Badges, Firemen versus Policemen, coming up in November. Huge fundraiser for his nonprofit. Last thing I saw, he's got 13 matches on the card, 3 3-minute rounds, events between police and fire. Should be a lot of fun. Yours truly will be there. I am going to reach out to him to see if we can get Arrington involved, maybe be my maybe the two of us.
I was about to say, I'm not getting in the ring.
No. We're not getting in the ring. The only way we're going to get in the ring
is the only way I make money nowadays.
That's right. This is the money maker. Exactly. The only way we're going to get in the ring is if one of us is the actual ring announcer. But worst case, I want us maybe to be the commentary team, because I'm going to be doing one or the other, maybe both. I don't know what he's got in mind, but I'll reach out to Antoine. And
love it.
All right, with that, and then next week's Aaron's Hour, I have Dave Cason. He is the owner of the local fitness machine technicians of Hampton Road. So if you've got fitness equipment at home, or you have a spa or a gym, and you got some equipment that needs work, Dave is the person to call. We'll hear from him on the 18th. He is my guest there to do our interview together. All right, everybody, with that, thank you for watching another edition of Aaron's Hour Coast to Coast. Please, as always, be kind to everybody. Why? Because we're all we got. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour Coast to Coast. Have a great rest of your Saturday.